There is a quiet, almost sacred power in the early hours of the day, a moment when the world is still and the mind has a chance to settle into its own rhythm in these precious minutes. Before the day's demands rush in, every word you speak to yourself carries weight and purpose over time. As the years have gently layered themselves upon our lives, we learn that our inner dialogue is not merely background noise. It is the very foundation upon which we build our sense of self, and the quality of our days each morning presents an opportunity to shape our perspective, to decide whether the day will be a canvas for renewed purpose or merely another page of routine existence. In the quiet solitude of dawn, when the mind is unburdened by the clamor of everyday concerns, you have the power to choose thoughts that uplift, inspire, and fortify your spirit. It is in these moments that the wisdom of a long life reveals itself, not in the grand declarations of youth, but in the gentle, steadfast affirmations that remind you of your enduring value, even as the body may grow quieter and the pace of life seems to slow. The inner fire of purpose and meaning burns as brightly as ever, waiting to be found by the simple, intentional act of self-affirmation. With each new sunrise, you stand at a threshold armed with a choice to surrender to the weight of past regrets and future uncertainties, or to step into the light of a present filled with possibility and gentle resolve. Imagine rising each day and greeting the morning with a deliberate ritual of words that resonate deeply with the wisdom of your experiences. There is an undeniable truth in the idea that the way you begin your day can cast a long shadow over everything that follows. The ritual of self-affirmation becomes an intimate conversation with yourself, a moment where you acknowledge both your struggles and your strengths, your losses and your gains. It is in this dialogue that you affirm a fundamental truth. No matter the number of years etched upon your face, your existence is vibrant and significant. When you look into the mirror, you can see more than just the passage of time. You see a tapestry of memories, lessons, and triumphs that have all contributed to the person you are today. This realization is encapsulated in the first powerful line of your morning mantra. I am still here. These simple words are not a mere statement of survival, they're a profound declaration of purpose. They serve as a reminder that every morning is a fresh start, a continuation of a journey that is far from over. Even if the world sometimes tells you that your best days are behind you, these words challenge that narrative by affirming your continued relevance, your inherent worth, and the deep reservoir of potential that lies within you. The act of declaring I am still here is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It is a call to recognize that as long as your heart beats and your eyes open to a new dawn, there remains an abundance of opportunity, wisdom, and love to be shared. It is a gentle yet unwavering reminder that your life, with all its unique struggles and victories, continues to matter. But life's journey, particularly as the years accumulate, is not without its burdens. There is a natural inclination to clinging to the past, to dwell on moments that slipped away, or mistakes that once seemed insurmountable. Often these lingering thoughts and memories create a heavy fog that obscures the beauty of the present. The second affirmation, I will not waste my energy on things I cannot change, emerges as a liberating antidote to this tendency. With every sunrise, you are offered a blank canvas, one that is untainted by the sorrows of what has been, by consciously choosing to release the hold that uncontrollable circumstances have on your mind. You grant yourself permission to focus on what truly matters, the here and now. The past, with all its lessons and regrets, is a chapter that has been written and cannot be re-edited. The future, though full of promise, is yet unwritten and subject to the ebb and flow of life's unpredictable tides. In acknowledging that you cannot alter what has already occurred, you free yourself from the burden of regret and open up space for gratitude, acceptance, and hope. This decision is not one of indifference, but rather one of profound wisdom. It is an understanding that your energy, a precious finite resource, is best invested in nurturing your inner peace and fostering positive change in the present moment. The act of refusing to engage with what lies beyond your control is a powerful assertion of your autonomy. It is a recognition that while external forces may sway the course of events, your interstate remains a sanctuary that you alone can govern. In embracing this truth, you begin to see that every moment spent in worry or lament is a moment stolen from the potential of a day filled with peace, strength, and clarity. As the early light of dawn filters through your window, it gently nudges you to become aware of the beauty in the small moments that often pass unnoticed. It is during these hours when the world is hushed and expectations are momentarily suspended that you can reconnect with the essence of your being. The practice of speaking these affirmations becomes a meditative exercise, a way of centering your thoughts and emotions before the whirlwind of daily life begins. In the silence of the morning, you offer yourself a kind of mental and emotional nourishment that is both powerful and transformative. The words you choose are imbued with the weight of your years and the clarity of hindsight, yet they are also laced with the optimism of every new beginning. They remind you that the tapestry of your life is woven not only with moments of joy and triumph, but also with the threads of hardship and sorrow. Yet it is precisely these challenges that have bestowed upon you a rare kind of wisdom, a wisdom that can only be earned through experience and perseverance, by acknowledging that you are still here, by choosing to let go of that which you cannot change. You create a space for healing and renewal. In the soft, deliberate cadence of your morning ritual, you begin to understand that every word is an investment in your future, a step toward reclaiming the vibrant energy that has always been a part of you. Even when it seemed lost, amidst the demands and disappointments of life and the gentle glow of morning, as you whisper these affirmations to yourself, there is an undeniable sense of renewal that stirs within. The recognition that your life is a continuing narrative, rich with both triumph and trial, becomes a source of quiet strength. It is a strength that does not come from denying the past or ignoring the pain of previous hardships, but rather from a deep-seated acceptance of all that you have been and all that you continue to be. The echo of "I am still here" resonates not just as a statement of survival, but as an affirmation of the courage and persistence that have carried you through the many seasons of your life. This realization is both humbling and empowering. The reminder that every breath, every heartbeat is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. As you allow these words to sink in, you begin to perceive the world around you with a newfound clarity, a clarity that arises from the conscious decision to honor your journey without being shackled by the weight of unchangeable circumstances. You acknowledge that while the past may have left its mark, it does not define the entirety of your existence. Instead, it serves as a backdrop against which the vivid hues of your present and the promise of your future shine even brighter in that stillness of the morning. Before the day's demands beckon you to action, you have the rare opportunity to converse with your inner self. It is here that the seeds of possibility are sown, nurtured by the belief that every new day is a chance to begin again, to redefine your narrative and to embrace the simple truth that you are an active participant in the unfolding of your life. The commitment to not squander your energy on the immutable aspects of the past is a quiet rebellion against the notion that your best days are behind you. It is a bold yet gentle reminder that while you may not be able to change the events of yesterday, you can certainly shape the experiences of today. In this conscious act of liberation, you are not dismissing the importance of reflection or the lessons embedded within bygone moments. Rather, you are choosing to harness the wisdom of those experiences as a catalyst for present-day growth and serenity. By the decision to let go of that which cannot be altered is an act of profound self-respect. It is an acknowledgement that your energy is too valuable to be wasted on battles that have long been fought and lost. Instead, you redirect that energy toward creating a life that is rich with meaning, purpose, and the quiet joy of living in the present. Each morning as you speak these words into existence, you cast aside the shadows of regret and step confidently into the light of a day that holds infinite promise. There is a tender beauty in the notion that with every new sunrise, you have the chance to reframe your story, to see the potential for growth and joy in even the smallest moment. The simple act of affirming that you are still here is a powerful counterpoint to the pervasive narrative of decline that so often accompanies the later years. It is a declaration that regardless of the physical changes that may come with age, your spirit remains resilient. vibrant and capable of experiencing deep and abiding joy. In these quiet moments of introspection, you allow yourself to remember that your life is not measured solely by what has been lost, but by the immeasurable value of what still remains. This internal conversation, carried out in the gentle light of the early morning, becomes a cherished ritual, one that fills your soul with a renewed sense of hope and a clear understanding that every day, no matter how ordinary it may seem, is imbued with the extraordinary gift of existence. There is an inherent grace in the art of self-compassion, a grace that reveals itself in the soft, affirming words you choose to speak to yourself as you greet the day in the tender quiet of the morning. When the world outside is just beginning to stir, you offer yourself the same kindness that you so readily extend to others. It is in this moment of solitude that you confront the harsh inner critic that over the years may have become a persistent echo in your mind. This inner voice, often so unyielding in its demands for perfection and relentless in its reminders of past shortcomings, is met with a new, deliberate response. I will treat myself with the same kindness I give to others. These words are not merely a hopeful wish, they are a resolute commitment to honor the person you are. A person who has weathered storms, embraced joy, and learned lessons that only time can teach. In recognizing that you deserve the same compassion, understanding, and gentle care that you offer to those around you, you open a door to a profound healing that nurtures your soul. It is an act of self-respect that acknowledges the intrinsic value of your being, a value that remains undiminished regardless of the challenges or failures that may have marked your journey. This commitment to self-kindness is transformative. In its simplicity, it calls upon you to see yourself not as a repository of mistakes or a ledger of regrets, but as a living, breathing testament to resilience and growth. Every scar, every wrinkle, every line on your face is a story, an indelible mark of a life richly lived. When you speak these affirmations, you do more than simply recite words. You affirm your right to feel compassion for yourself, to forgive yourself for past errors, and to celebrate the small victories that often go unnoticed in the soft light of dawn. As you let these words take root in your heart, you find that the burdens you once carried begin to lighten. The criticisms that once rang so loudly in your mind are replaced by a gentle inner voice that champions your worth and encourages you to embrace the day with an open, tender heart. This daily practice of self-compassion is not about indulging in self-pity or ignoring the challenges of life. It is about recognizing that every human being, no matter how weathered by time, deserves the nurturing warmth of kindness. It is a reminder that the journey of aging is not a descent into isolation or despair, but rather an opportunity to deepen your connection with yourself, to honor your experiences, and to allow the light of self-love to illuminate even the darkest corners of your memory. As the day unfolds, you begin to realize that focusing on what remains within your reach, rather than mourning what has been lost, is a vital step toward reclaiming your sense of agency. The phrase "I will focus on what I can still do, not on what I have lost," serves as both a gentle prod and a resolute promise. A promise to yourself that you will not be defined solely by the physical or mental changes that accompany aging. While it is undeniable that time brings with it a series of transitions, these changes are not the measure of your worth. Instead, they are simply one facet of a much larger, more intricate mosaic of your identity. In the early hours of the day, when the mind is free to wander and reflect, you choose to honor the capabilities that remain vibrant and alive. You acknowledge that even as certain physical strengths may wane, a lifetime of accumulated wisdom, empathy, and insight has endowed you with abilities that cannot be measured solely by youthful vigor. It is in this conscious choice to celebrate what you can still do that you find a renewed sense of possibility, a possibility that lies in the quiet act of engaging with the world on your own terms, of participating fully in life despite its inevitable shifts. In this mindset, every small act becomes an opportunity for celebration. The simple pleasure of a warm cup of tea, the gentle hum of birds greeting the day, the comforting embrace of a familiar routine, all these become symbols of your continued engagement with life. Each action, however modest it may seem, is imbued with significance. When viewed through the lens of mindful presence, the decision to focus on your remaining abilities is not a denial of the challenges that come with aging, but rather an empowering affirmation of your capacity to adapt, to learn, and to find joy in the midst of change. It is a recognition that while some aspects of your life may have transformed beyond recognition, there is still an abundance of beauty, wisdom, and potential waiting to be discovered in each new day. By directing your attention toward the possibilities that lie ahead, you invite a sense of vibrancy into your daily existence, a vibrancy that is fueled not by the illusions of perpetual youth, but by the enduring strength of a spirit that continues to thrive despite the passage of time. Amidst all these reflections, there emerges a final quiet truth that encapsulates the essence of a fulfilling life, the practice of gratitude in the stillness of the morning. As you allow your thoughts to settle and your heart to open, you make a deliberate choice to seek out the beauty that surrounds you even in the smallest of moments. I will find one thing to be grateful for today is not just a statement. It is an invitation to pause, to observe, and to celebrate the myriad blessings that life offers, regardless of the season in which you find yourself. Whether it is the gentle glow of the sunrise, the familiar warmth of a cherished memory, or the simple comfort of being alive, gratitude serves as a gentle reminder that even in the face of loss and change, there remains a wellspring of goodness to be embraced. It is through this daily practice of thankfulness that you cultivate a mindset of abundance, a mindset that shifts your focus from scarcity to plenty, from regret to hope, and from sorrow to quiet joy in the gentle cadence of your morning ritual. Each of these affirmations weaves together into a tapestry of resilience, self-compassion, and purpose. As the words flow from your lips and take root in the fertile ground of your mind, you begin to experience a subtle yet profound transformation. The struggles of yesterday, once looming large in the recesses of your memory, gradually give way to a renewed sense of possibility, a possibility that is nurtured by the understanding that every day is a chance to start afresh, to redefine what it means, to live with dignity, purpose, and peace. In this sacred dialogue with yourself, you come to realize that the true measure of a life well lived is not found in the fleeting moments of youth, but in the enduring legacy of wisdom, kindness, and gratitude that you carry forward with every new dawn. Each morning becomes a quiet celebration of existence, a reaffirmation that despite the inevitable changes and challenges that time may bring, your spirit remains a wellspring of strength, resilience, and boundless possibility.